Hello, it's Nikki and welcome to another video. Today we are doing the Rag Bros event or Hidden Strife. I'm so excited for this. I still don't have Diluc, but you best believe that I will be getting this skin. We don't play about Diluc on this channel, so let's hop right into it.
ようこそお越しくださいました。お二方ともご無沙汰しております。
Hello!
お元気そうで何よりです。
It feels so good to be back here.
何かディルック様にご用でしょうか？
I wish we had personal matters with Diluc. Grape juice, actually.
そうだ。アデリンがここにいるなら、直接アデリンに頼んでみようぜ。アデリン、実はオイラたちワイナリーの特別価格ブドウジュースをいつも買えないんだ。だから今回は早めに来て予約しようと思って。手付金を少し多く払ってもいいから1本予約してくれないか？
ええ、問題ありません。
No deposit necessary.
ありませんよ。ただしばらくお待ちいただくことになるかと思います。暁ワイナリーの特別価格ブドウジュースは
Discount grape
準備に
juice.
結構な時間がかかりますのでこのブドウジュースを作るため毎年夏にディルック様が自ら上質なブドウを再び選んでいるんです。
Oh,
でもなんで質のいいも
not the
のを安く売るん
rain.
だ？上質なブドウって聞いただけで
Can we move this
高そうな気がするけど
Or under the awning or
そのこ
something?
とについて詳しくお話しされたことはありません。ですので私も旦那様のお考えを推測することしかできませんが、特別価格はあくまで一つの手段なんだと思います。
Okay.
特別
Can we
価
talk
格と
about
書かれた
marketing
品は
techniques
お客様をよ
inside?
り多く引き寄せることができますから、
Please.
もしかすると旦那様はこれによりジュースを流行らせ人々
Well,
に
that's a
新しい
nice-
選択肢を
that's nice.
与えたいのかもしれませんね。
I like that.
そうすればアルコール依存症の人たちは理想的な代替品を見つけることができます。酔っ払って騒ぎを起こす人もいなくなりますし、
I know Diona
お
would
酒を飲め
approve.
ない人たちにとっては新たな楽しみになります。
It seems that he cares about the
そのよう
integrity
な
of his
些細な
business.
収益を気にするような方ではありません。ひたすら売り上げ
This
を
is
上げること
wonderful.
よりも、おそらく人々が
What a
節度を
good
持って
dude.
お酒を飲んでくれることを願っているんだと思います。
And people have the gall call him
生活を
unfeeling.
楽しむと同時に理性を保ち、他の人に迷惑をかけない。素晴らしいことでしょ。
Wouldn't that be a miracle?
ディルックの旦那はそこまで
It would be.
それで今ディルックの旦那は今年のブドウを選んでるのか？
いえ、
In this
まだ
weather?
選んでいま
I
せん。
seriously doubt it.
旦那様は目の前の面倒事を片付けてからその選定作業に移るとのことです。もしご興味を持ってくださるようでしたら、
I
旦那様
would
からのお
be
声掛けがあるかもしれませんね。
to see him
お二
too.
方からアドバイスをいただくために。
What issues?
はい、お二方もご存知かと思いますが、旦那様はよくあらぬ噂を耳にしては
Greet them.
その不徳で無礼な輩を
Adelinde.
接待しています。今回もそれと同じです。
We know
本
what's
日
up. You
旦
can
那様
say.
が向かわ
You
れた
can
の
tell
は
us.
高飛びの浜。お二方はお気になさらずワイナリーでしばしお休みになってくだ
Well,
さ
it
い。
is raining, so
た
thanks
だ
for the offer.
私はここであるお客様たちを待っていますので、代わりにヘイリ
Aw.
ーとモコがお二方をおもてなしします。
不徳で無礼？なんだかアデリンの言ってることがよ
I'm
くわ
on.
からない
We
んだ
know
け
this.
ど。
Yeah, it's definitely part of his, Yes, okay, don't freaking, Jesus, don't say it.
で悪事を働いてる
Oh, look at her face. She's just staring at her like, we all know this. You don't have to say it out loud. We got it.
オイラたちが黙って見過ごすわけにはいかないぞ。
Yes, he's our
お二
friend.
方が協力してくださるのでしたらこちらとしても安心です。
Oh, he does trust
お二
us.
方は旦那様に信頼されています。実力は折り紙付きですから。お力をお貸しいただき、本当にありがとうございます。
He used to not like to be helped, but he does now.
用事を済ませてくれたら
It's called growth.
オイラたちも美味しいブドウジュースを買えるようになるしな。じゃ出発しようぜ。高飛びの浜に行こう。
Yes, yes. Damn, she really spoke to us just like outside in the pouring. Oh! Inazuma reflexes. Hello, ladies. Okay, let's go to the the coast.
あそこに
Okay, we got a mysterious red
リルクの
ley
旦
line
那はどこ
thing.
に作った拠点かな。
Why does she sound so surprised?
なんだか様子がおかしい。まさか敵があまりに手強くて持久戦になってるとか。
He's roughed it before. Went all the way to Snezhnaya.
これリルクの旦那のテントじゃなさそうだな。どっかの冒険者の拠点か。そこに紙とノートがあるぞ。読んでみようぜ。
Okay. Okay, so they're addressing the Dark Knight hero specifically. Fully resolved the issue last time. The ley line seemed to have been stimulated in some way. And releasing monsters they recorded once more. Okay. I'm sure you'll want to deal with those that pose the biggest threat immediately. So I'm notifying essential individuals per the operating procedures.
この文面からするとリルクの
Who
旦
is
那の知り合い
this?
みたい
Who
だ
is this
な。
friend?
とりあえずこいつのことは旦那の友達って呼ぼう。こいつはここで何か大変なことに気づいたみたいだ。で、リルクの旦那に伝言を残した後、ここから離れた。でもこいつもそそっかしいやつだな。この紙切れがもし他の誰かに見られたらどうするんだよ。それにノートもここに置きっぱなしだし。そういえば浜辺にあった妙な地脈の汚れって。
Well, yes, obviously.
けど周りには魔物もいなかったし、おかしなところもなかったぞ。
Maybe you have to interact with
旦
it.
那の友達のノートを読んでみるか。もし読まなくてもいいなら直接あそこに行って近くで見てみようぜ。
Notebook? Didn't we just read it? Oh!
うわあ、なんで急に魔物たちが現れたんだ。
She said the Oh my god. Look at his hair! Oh my goodness. This is what he wore in the past. He looks so good.
確かによく見ると今のディルックの旦那より若いな。でも過去に何があったんだろう。
Well, he did a lot of fighting in his younger years. Not that he's old now, but you know what I mean. His teens, I should say. Let's observe. Let's watch him work. Oh my gosh, we get to test it out, OMG. Okay, I don't want to kill them fast because I want to I want to keep Diluc out as long as possible. So I don't want to hear it in the comments about the E skill not using the 3 of them. I know. I just don't want to kill it. I just don't want to kill them fast. I want to kill them slowly. Look at him with his sword! And the flames and stuff are different. Oh, the bird is all black too? How cool! How cool!
ディルックの旦那の楽勝だったみたいだ。さすがだぜ。
True.
でも今のって過去の幻影で特に危険はなさそうだよな。
Well, he definitely was here, that's for sure. Because the ley lines recorded it.
それってつまりディルックの旦那がもう仕事を終わらせたってことか？オイラたちがあの異常な地脈の汚れにもう一度触れたら
likely.
また魔物が出てくるのかな。昔のディルックの旦那も前に他の地脈の汚れでやったように現れた魔物を全部倒せばこの異常現象も消えるみたいだけど。
Young Deluxe piqued my interest, that's for freaking sure.
ただちょっと心配なんだ。だってもし好奇心旺盛な通行人が調べでもしたら魔物が「やー!」って飛び出してきて「ター!」って叫びながら棒切れで殴るかもしれないだろ。
Not the sound
そうな
effects.
ったら大変だ。この方が臨場感があるだろ。とにかくオイラたちはディルックの旦那に協力するため来たんだし最後まで手伝おうぜ。
You've got a strong sense of responsibility. It's because she wants the juice, but I'm not here for juice. I'm here for Deluxe. So let's get that straight. Yep. Uh-huh. I know. I'm aware. Oh, please. I wonder who the friend was, though. It didn't prompt us to read anything else, and I didn't see, unless I miss it, but... Okay, let's check this out.
お二方ともやっとお戻りになられたのですね。
We are. We killed all the
ま
things.
さかこんなに時間がかかることだとは思いませんでした。本当にお疲れ様です。
We were fine. It was actually kind of hard, though. the hardest difficulty I couldn't get all the rewards on. But it's okay.
そういえばディルックの旦那は帰ってきたのか？オイラたち高飛びの浜に行ったけど見かけなかったぞ。
申し訳ありません。旦那様のスケジュールについて私も正確に把握していないのです。
Okay.
ただ旦那様は最近エンジェルズシェアに現れたと聞きました。これはもういつものことですが、旦那様は面倒ごとを片付けた後、その後処理まできちんとされます。
He is very thorough. Yes, yes.
ですので、もうじき帰ってくる頃かと。お二方も焦らず、ワイナリーでしばしお休みください。
Don't mind if we do.
ディルックの旦那とはすれ違いになっちゃったみたいだな。じゃあワイナリーで待ってようぜ。
At least we got to see the Deluxe of the past. Oh, I'm sure he'll show up.
そういえばアデリンって普段はワイナリーで忙しそうにしてるけど、なんで今日はずっとドアの前に立ってるんだ？もしかしてディルックの旦那が帰ってくるのを待ってるとか？
Oh.
お気遣いありがとうございます。
Oh, okay.
ただ、私には頼まれた仕
Special
事があるんです。
guests.
もし一部の特別なお客様がいらっしゃった場合、
Stay
遅刻してお
away.
引き取りいただくんです。
What does that mean? Who?
今は状況が特殊なので、別の問題が起こらないように、そのお客様たちをバイナリーから遠ざけてほしい
A
と
difficult
旦那様はおっ
situation.
しゃっていました。
Who were they? What?
アデリンの言ってることがよくわからないんだけど。でも
Are they people who want the discounted juice? Or I'm confused. She said guests
お二方のご
plural.
理解とご協力に感謝いたします。ですが、旦那様のために随分と駆け回ってくれたの
Aww.
です。 ここは私にお任せくださ
Damn,
い。
he really trusts her with everything. He said stand guard outside the
も
winery.
しよろしければ
Don't let no
この
one
手紙を
through.
屋敷の中に持って行ってはくれませんか？ドアの右側に机がありますので、そこに置いてほしいのです。
A letter?
その
Okay.
机には手紙が整理して置いてあります。これをその一番外側に置いてください。
Okay.
これってディルックの旦那宛ての手紙か？
はい。これは旦那様の情報提供者からの手紙です。そのため処理と保管は旦那様の腹心にしか任せられません。
We're inner circle.
ディルックの旦那に信頼されてるオイラたちにぴったし
How cute.
ええ、お二方は旦那様の大切なご友人ですから。では、この手紙をお願いいたします。
Oh, that was cute. We're inner circle. New letter. Okay. I wonder who the guests are, though. Oh my god. Ito barely fits through the door. Look at this. Look how tall he is. His head goes up to the doorway. Oh no. He has to duck to get inside. These are the letters, obviously. Oh. Are we gonna read them?
机の上に
I mean, I know we're allowed to handle the letters, but would reading them be, wouldn't that be a little too
ディルックの旦那
much?
は出かける前にこれら手紙を読んでたみたいだな。この感じからするとかなり急いでたみたいだ。アデリンに手紙の整理を頼まれたけど肝心の順番がわからないな。手紙を読んで届いた日を推測するしかなさそうだ。
Okay, that's such a flimsy excuse. we didn't know the order of things, so we just read all your personal letters. Hope that's okay.
だから手紙をきれいに並べるだけでいっか。
来ていたのか。行動が早いな。
Hello. We didn't read anything. We promise. Listen, we didn't read anything. We were considering it, but then we thought that maybe we shouldn't. So we didn't. Okay?
急に現れるなよ。
どうしてそんなに慌てているんだ。
Nothing.
この手紙を置いてきてくれって頼まれたんだけど正しい順番が全然わからなくて。
He got back real fast.
それにこれってディルックの旦那の私物だろ。勝手に読むのは気が引けたから。
そう萎縮する必要はない。
Aww. Okay.
それに君たちのその表情かなり興味を持っているようだが。
We're busybodies.
手紙に書いてあるのはどれも昔のことだ。情報を残すためにこれらは保管していたんだ。ここ最近はいささか特殊な状況にある。改めて詳細を確認するためこれら手紙を読み返していたんだ。
Okay.
この件には君たちも関わっている。もし情報が知りたいのなら読んでくれて構わない。
He's letting us read
好
them?
奇心を抱くのは何も悪いことじゃないからね。
It's not a bad thing to be curious. You don't look like you just got back from the city. Even though that's where they said he was.
そういえばディルックの旦那から山の果物の香りがするぞ。
Not her smelling the berries.
バルベリーがある山に行ってたんじゃないか。
なかなか鋭い。確かに暴風山地に行っていた。
What for? Do you need help?
詳しいことは後で話そう。
Oh, okay. Bye. Man left us in his house and said, "You can read my shit."
オイラたちまだ大
Bye.
事なことを言ってないぞ。それにディルックの旦那に聞きたいことがたくさんあるのに。
overawed you. I'm so dead. Yes, let's read the diary or the letters. It's not a diary, but it's like the same vibes. He said these are from the past, right? Okay. Well, I wonder who they're from. Oh my goodness, okay. A tidily written letter. To the heir of the Ragnavinder clan. Oh my goodness. So pretty formal. I apologize for sending this letter without notice. You may not remember me, but we've met a few times. We've met near the square when I sat at the table adjacent to yours at the Good Hunter. I've seen you in your tavern. You were always busy with great many things, especially back when you were chattier than you were now. You spoke cheerfully and often with your brother. Your brother, Kaeya, and friends. So this person considers them brothers. It's probably no surprise that you did not notice me then, but I've always had my eye on you. Child? Okay, this is an adult. I recall with crystal clarity. Is this Alice? She was trying to catch the crystal flies there, but you didn't get angry. In fact, you personally escorted her back and gave her a few bottles of fresh grape juice. He's so sweet. That's adorable. Oh my gosh. And Klee's always saying he doesn't smile. Now I think that might jog your memory. Klee recently told me she hasn't seen that strange man with red hair in ages, so I decided to look into it out of curiosity. My deepest condolences regarding your father. Oh wait, this was... Right, this is in the past. When he was a happier person. Oh, I'm so sad. You are the model knight, proud-driven, a knight of noble character and lineage. Lineage? But I know that you're gentler than you appear. If you weren't, you wouldn't have treated Klee the way you did. She said gentler. He is gentle. People so often mischaracterize him and misunderstand him. And since you helped my child, I won't mind if I treat you as if you were my own. Oh my goodness. Therefore, I sincerely hope that you will leave the dark place that you are presently in. Oh my gosh. When you went to Snezhnaya, and you will not wallow in grief and remorse. Wow. Partings are most painful things, but they also encourage us to grow. A bird that has lost the roof over its head will fly further than others of its kind. This is very personal. Go out and see the world. That's the best course of action I can envision. Only by feeling, observing, and listening can your heart be healed. Parents all wish they can accompany their children forever, and the skies, seas, and stars bear witness to that oath. Everything that was your father now finds new life with you. Oh my goodness, that which you will experience in this world may have been things that your father experienced once upon a time. This is so heartfelt. I'm like actually really shocked. I hope that the wind will bring you all manner of wondrous things in your journeys to come. The wind? Okay. The wind. Wow, I was not expecting this from Alice. In any case, keep your chin up, young child. That was so sweet. What the fuck? I was not expecting that from Alice. Yes. Okay, next. A letter with clear handwriting. Okay. Wonder who this one's from. Master, okay. Maybe Adelinde? Master Kaeya took leave and stayed at Dawn Winery for a few days. This is gonna, okay, I'd like, okay, it's fine, I'm fine, I'm calm. It's fine. Ragbro lore, okay, it's fine, I'm fine, it's fine. In a rare turn of events, he decided to stay in his original bedroom. He would pace about the grounds when idle and even ask Adelinde to make him his favorite dishes. I am not going to survive these letters, I don't think.
Nope.
We're only in the second letter. It really does take me back. I shall be honest with you, but I was quite surprised to hear Master Kaeya say that he wanted to stay for a few days. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm assuming this is after their father passed, right? That's all of these letters take place in that same window. We did not refuse him. We believe that even if you were here, you would not refuse him outright, even after their fight. Oh, Dawn Winery has always been a quiet location, perhaps because all who stay here are rather peaceable people. The house is made by those who live in it, and Master Kaeya's uncommon arrival did end up livening the place up significantly. I hope that you are doing well in your travels abroad. Everyone here at the winery misses you. Oh no. I didn't think this was gonna get emotional. You may remain safe and in good health, or may you remain safe. Who was that from? Adelinde? No. One more. Wait, I want to read all of them. Oh, when each letter was written? I want to read all of these. Wait, we can only read one more? This is absolute poo. I want to read all of them. Okay, wait, which one should we pick then? If we only have one more. Neatly written with rough handwriting, elegant handwriting, or a new letter. Is it a new letter just means it's blank? Oh my gosh, I'm agonizing over this. Well, I guess the first one. Dear Mr. DeLuke, it is my pleasure to investigate the ley lines alongside you. Okay. Maybe someone from the Knights? As you know, my focus is on alchemy. Okay, this has to be like either albedo or sucrose. The ley lines can be seen as medium for storing information under certain circumstances. They can record activities. This is what we were learning about. All this information goes through a recording and storage process. After a certain period, they may be released once again. If I may be so bold as to make a guess, there should be a method to activate them. Those who grasp such methods can control the times at which the ley line information is recorded and released. Judging from the runic symbols and some other clues, I surmise that there are particular members of the Abyss Order, okay, who may have a very small chance of being able to achieve this. This has to be albedo. This sounds more like albedo than sucrose. If you believe that this requires further investigation, these entities may serve as your point of entry. I wrote a paper a few years ago in which I covered my brief foray into questions concerning the flow of ley lines and other such topics. You will find a copy of this paper enclosed. Okay. So he was essentially helping him with research. I hope that it can clear up some of your doubts. I'm all set. No, I am not. I would like to read the other letters. I hope we can come back and read these. Yeah. Well, he's certainly been through a lot. He's definitely calmed down since his teen years, that's for sure. Aww. He also has a brother who he could open up to again and apologize to. I know Jean and Lisa would probably... OMG, not the reveal for the outfits! They have a whole... Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Not the panning! Oh my goodness. Look at the details on it! Did you put this on? What do you mean there's a problem? You walked out in Gucci, my guy. Oh my gosh, he looks so handsome.
これを見たことがあるのか？
Oh, right. We saw you in the ley lines. We forgot to mention.
異常
Oopsie.
の起きた地脈で見たんだ。あれって過去の幻影なんだよな。
そうだ。
Well, I'm not surprised. Dude, have you looked at yourself in the mirror?
昔何があったんだ？リルックの旦那はどうしてあそこで戦いを？
いつも通りよからぬことを企むアビス教団を片付けていただけだ。
Okay.
かつてアビス教団が多方面から攻勢を仕掛けてきたことがあった。
And don't we know it?
奴らでは僕にかなわな
Of
か
course
った
they
が
weren't.
当時僕たちは高飛びの浜一帯で戦っていてね。その時の状況が異常に活発化した地脈に記録されたんだろう。ここ最近また地脈が乱れている。そのせいで当時の情景が映し出され、君たちはそれを見ることになったんだ。
Were there other ones maybe that he was trying
魔
to
物たちを
address?
片付けさえすれば、自ら地脈の汚れに触れない限り、
Oh,
再び活性
okay.
化することはない。
I mean, someone could still walk up to it though. I feel like it should be sanctioned off or something.
だが放っておけば、必ず騎士団がこの件に介入してくる。彼らのやり方ではきっと、地脈を見張るために人を手配するだろう。
True. Very true.
騎士団が担当してくれるなら別に悪いことじゃないよな。
いや、騎士団のメンバーはそのほとんどが遠征に出ている。動かせる人員がもともと少ないんだ。現状、この異変がアビス教団の仕業かどうかは断定できない。だが、もし事をせいて人を動かせば、どこかの守りが手薄になり、
Oh,
その
okay.
隙を打たれるかもしれ
That
ない。
makes sense. He was trying to cover their asses. Oh gosh, he's so handsome. Sorry. I can't help it. He's looking at us. Like, what do you want me to do?
それに僕は騎士団の人間と交渉したくないんだ。そんなことに時間を費やすくらいなら
Oh, hush. You were helping them. You were making sure that they didn't have to split their forces.
アビスの魔術師を数名捕らえて情報を聞き出し、教団の動向を確認する。そう難しいことじゃない。
Okay, lone wolf. We get it.
それから騎士団の方にはこちらに協力するよう人を介して伝えてある。
Oh. You've sent someone. Interesting. Who is this someone? May I ask? I would love to know. Joint initiative. I would
ト
probably
ラブル
say
を片付ける
something
のが
like
騎士団
that.
の仕事だ。実際に問題が起きた時には彼らも現場に
They
いるべきだ
should,
ろう。
yeah.
確かに僕と彼らとでは理念が異なる。騎士団の人間と行動するのは好きじゃないが、このく
See?
らいであれば互いに手を組むのもやぶさかではない。
Listen, look at this. He is not a heartless
なん
person.
だかリルックの旦那の影響力が以前よりもさらにパワーアップしてる気がする
He's
ぞ。
definitely guided less by his rage, that's for
脅威を
sure.
排除するにはあらゆる力を最大限まで生かす必要がある。とにかく君たちの協力に感謝する。アデリンから話は聞いた。今回の礼にこれを受け取ってくれ。
Okay.
ブドウジュースなんだか見た目が豪華だぞ。これって結構高いんじゃないのか。
これは僕が一番気に入っているブドウジュー
His
スだ。
personal favorite.
果実の中でも最高ランクのものを使用している。ちょうど未開封のも
Oh,
のがあ
he
ったか
bought
ら
it from
君たちも
yourself?
ぜひ飲んでみてほ
From
しい。
himself? I guess from their winery.
しか
You
し
didn't have to do that.
君たちがブドウジュースを好きだとは知らなかった。次からは特別価格の商品を待たずに
Okay.
直接倉庫に行って受け取るといい。
How sweet.
支払いは僕につけておいてくれて構わない。
Thank you. We will not abuse that. I will make sure Paimon doesn't. Even if I have to muzzle her. No! Don't do that. That's what you're focused on? Oh my god. I'm zeroed in on the fact that he said come over whenever you want and drink whatever you want from my cellars. Yes. He's asking us to dinner? Yes. Yes. Yeah, we don't have any plans. Nope. We'd love to stay for dinner, actually. That sounds like an awesome, wonderful plan. Yes. Oh, take us on your... are you gonna go kill stuff? It is not. It really isn't.
それに、さっきはアビス教団を疑っていると言ったが、調べた結果、どうやらそうでもないようだ。
Okay, so what is it? It's just like an anomaly or something? Natural causes, okay. Teyvat's just being weird, per usual. We can go with you. Yes, we helped to look out, of course. Okay. Well said.
ならば出発しよう。
よし、今回は正義の味方も少しは楽できるはずだよな。
We've got your back.
出発しようぜ。最後の戦いを終わらせてトラブルを全部解決しよう。
Okay, well, first... Oh, we got the little bottle. That's cute. Okay, well, first of all, I want to read these in case they go away if we finish the story event. So let's read the ones that we didn't. You didn't know his past was complicated? Did you not read his lore? Okay, which ones did we not read? Oh, wait, they're out of order, so I don't remember. We read this one. Okay, what's the rough one? Diluc. Okay, so first name basis. Jean wrote to me lately with shocking news. If I don't miss my guess, she wrote to you too. Her sentiments are those of the knights as a whole. Crepus was a good man. Oh, Lord. Name dropping. First name basis, so he must have... Okay, thought very well of him. It grieves me greatly to know he met such a fate. As for the defeat of the Drake, okay, the honors of that accomplishment should go to your father. I do not accept... Oh, Arox. Okay, theft of credit. This is why Diluc left the Knights. Was bought with your father's sacrifice. This must be Varka. That's the only person I can think of. Stolen credit will not be accepted within the Knights under any circumstances. I will not permit it. I have already given Jean the authority to punish Arok with all necessary severity. The Knights will inform you of the results. I've heard that you've been taking some time off outdoors and may not be easy to reach, so there's no guarantee that my letter will reach you. If it does reach you, then I wish you good health and safety in your travels. Contact us if you need anything. I hope that falcon of yours will help put this letter in your hands. I don't write in person very often, you know. Wow. These may seem like pointless words to you right now, but remember, even the greatest of disasters must come to an end. Mondstadt waits for your return. If you're willing, the Knights will always welcome you. If you're not, forget I said anything, yeah? Oh, oh, that had to be Varka. That had to be Varka. Okay, so we read that one. Did we read this one? Elegant? I don't think so. Dear Diluc. Okay, first name basis. Welcome back to Mondstadt, sir. It has been some time since the incident. We discovered that Arok has betrayed us and he's been punished severely. I hope this news will put your mind at ease. In other news, our people have discovered that the Abyss Order has stepped up its activities, okay, lately. Also, a mysterious individual that people are calling the Dark Knight Hero has suddenly started showing up. He typically acts in the dead of night. His intentions are currently unclear. Please stay safe and notify the Knights as soon as possible should you see anything suspicious. We will send support immediately. Whether you are presently in our ranks or not, all faithful Knights will remember your contributions to the Knights of Favonius. This might be Jean. May you remain in good health. I'm pretty sure that was Jean. Okay, a new letter. Because we read that the neatly one is Albedo, I think. Dear Dark Knight Hero, the Knights of Favonius have stepped up the guard. Okay. The Abyss Order will not have noticed. I am scouting around Dragonspine. The monsters here are scattered and separated. Clearly, they haven't been assembled by the Abyss Order. Who is this? It's in Mr. Diluc. There are no signs of any enemy activity in the south of Mondstadt either. If you can confirm the other locations are also freed monsters, we will be able to conclude that the Abyss Order has nothing to do with the recent ley line disorder. Oh wait, that's the one that was the letter was just sent. I still can't believe he has the vase. Oh, a letter in beautiful handwriting. Wait, this one was not here before. Read these recently too. Oh, whoa. 3 beautifully written letters. 2 D. D? A nickname? A storm is brewing within the Knights of Favonius. Varka's inner circle is preparing to investigate Arok and his henchmen. It's looking increasingly likely that Arok is about to get unseated from that high horse of his. Wait, is this Kaeya? You might not be too pleased to see this letter of mine, but I mean to get this news to you as soon as possible. He tried to... Oh, you don't have to reply. Oh no, 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 I don't want to cry. Oh no. Damn it. I'm holding back tears really hard right now. And I knew he was just like, okay, no, it's fine. There were 2 other ones. I think these are from Kaeya. 2D, I can't believe they had nicknames. Even I was a little surprised to hear that you decided to leave on a trip. Oh, he was surprised. This must have been after the fallout. Jean wanted to write and try to dissuade you, but I advised her against it. As for Varka, I don't think he knows about this. Otherwise, he'd have probably sat you down for a talk. If you'd like to leave, do it now. The less people... Oh, no, the less goodbyes you'll have to say. Leave at night, too, so things won't be too saddening. Dude, I can't. He's still on Diluc's side. Take care. After everything, because this is after they stopped talking and Diluc hurt him. And he's still on Diluc's side. Diluc was reading these recently too. 2D. Some slightly bad news. Arok won't be quite so difficult to bring down after all. The Grandmaster's order to investigate has certainly dealt him a major blow, but I wouldn't call the problem pulled up by the roots yet. The matter has been handed over to Jean's jurisdiction. She'll take care of this, I believe. Arok isn't an obstacle in her path in any case. Just sit tight and wait for the good news. And people also have the gall to say Kaeya doesn't actually care about Screpus or like didn't give a shit when he died. Like, of course he said those things in the manga, but everyone has defense mechanisms. And he was adamant on making sure Diluc knew the progress on taking down Arok because he knows. Because I'm pretty sure he also was pissed. Because Screpus was, at least in my opinion, also someone he viewed as his dad. Okay. You guys should give me a gold star because I've actually held back tears. I was really close. My eyes are watering, but no tears have fallen yet. But that almost got me. Take your pick. There's there's more! Oh no. Oh no. Did I just shoot myself in the foot? I spoke too soon. Okay, hopefully these aren't that sad. 2D. Per standard procedure, the Knights of Favonius needs to take a statement from all relevant parties. Recently, the Knights have received reports from a number of eyewitnesses claiming to see the Dark Knight hero in the vicinity. Okay, so this is when he got back. And he was still writing him letters. Have assigned the cavalry company to this mission. As such, I will be paying you a visit in 3 days. He already knew it was him. He seems to think that our relationship can be improved if we are forced to talk in person. Okay, I'm fine. Don't worry though, my lips are sealed. This will be nothing more than a formality. Anyway, 3 days notice should be enough for you, I presume. Oh, that's sad. Did Diluc respond to these? I guess we don't know, because if he sent the letter, he wouldn't have them, right? The appearance of the Dark Knight heroes has indeed bought some of the knights some valuable time during the Abyss Order's last attack. Oh, he noticed that he's helping. This helped Jean convince the knights to stop focusing on trying to stop him. This will decrease the limits on the hero's actions, but this doesn't mean that his situation will necessarily improve. Objects with too honed an edge tend to be damaged more easily. You, I'm sure, are aware of the great dangers that come with acting alone. Oh my gosh, I'm fine. Like, it's fine. I am fine. I'm fine. That said, I would advise against such a course of action. He doesn't want him to work alone. I cannot handle this. I'm not built for this. I care too much about these two. Okay, let's see if we can survive the last letter. I heard that the Dawn Winery did not suffer any damage. Likewise, the Knights only sustained minor injuries and will recover quickly. Okay. I'm scared to click. I gotta be honest. Like, I am this close to crying. An employee of a local merchant has gone missing, and their last known location just so happens to align with the Abyss Order's area of activity. The Knights have dispatched people to go to the rescue. Do be aware that the Order has become more dangerous as of late, even going so far as to organize multi-pronged offenses. He's telling him about this so he doesn't get hurt. Perhaps the hero and the Knights should team up. Oh, that might guarantee that things will go off without a hitch. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, there's more. Is this more Kaeya letters? Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Recently, a group of businessmen returned to Mondstadt. Word is that the reason for their return is a downturn in business. According to my observations, their employees are regulars at Angel's Share. These people could be found out in the more dangerous parts of the wilds around the city. The way he's feeding him information, now a few of them were a little careless and even dropped some pages of their notes on the ground. I took the liberty of returning these sheets to the Angel's Share. You know, out of the goodness of my heart. I think they might have something to do with you, seeing as how they were there. I also noticed that their notes were written in code. Information brokers, perhaps? Or some kind of secret organization. Whatever the case, it took quite a lot of effort to see those blurred words with only one eye, you know? Don't worry, I'll keep this a secret. This is what's getting me is like, it's not the contents of the letter that's sad, it's that he's like, unwaveringly on Diluc's side still. Like, that's okay. I didn't try to hide it from you on purpose. Oh my god. But I suppose you found out all the same. He's talking about his lineage. Oh no. It's fine. I'm fine. I am crying in earnest now though. Okay. I don't want to click. Okay. The way he's trying to be so casual about it, like that's Kaeya's defense mechanism. It's just so sad. Especially since Diluc had such a violent fucking reaction. Okay. I mean, not everyone who wears an eye patch must be blind, right? Don't people also wear an eye patch if they have a scar? Okay. He's trying to dig at Diluc a little bit here. The long-awaited good news is finally here. Now I'm going to bring a glass of wine when I go to watch Arok pack his things and leave on his last day. Good riddance, by the way. That should be fun, eh? I know you're not the type to do that sort of thing, but I am, so allow me. Ugh, fuck. Alright, there's one more. How am I crying over letters, dude? Okay, 2D. Oh my, no sooner did you get back than a mysterious character started popping up. You knew it instantly, it was Diluc. I hear he's called the Dark Knight Hero. He has repeatedly fought off treasure hoarders, monsters in Mondstadt. He's even attacked the Abyss Order's strongholds. So far it seems like he's on Mondstadt's side, but the Knights could never permit the existence of a vigilante. I get the feeling that the two of you would get along nicely. Why don't you find an opportunity to get to know him and give some sage advice, just so he doesn't get caught by the Knights? Kaeya! Oh my god. Okay. I don't know why this is getting to me. Like, why did that make me cry? Like, yes, I love Diluc and Kaeya, but I think there's something so sad about you know, writing letters and not expecting a reply, and then Diluc has his face. Okay, I'll talk more about it at the end when I'm not like bawling my eyes out, but man, that got me. I didn't think I was gonna cry. Oh, Jesus. Wait, what is Kaeya doing here? Wait. Okay, I'm scared to go over. I'm so... Okay, it's fine. I'm sure it'll just be banter, right? It won't be anything sad. I can't take any more sad. She still calls him Master Kaeya. Oh. This woman helped raise him, dude.
アデリン、その言い方はあまりに水臭いんじゃないか？実は騎士団にまた闇夜の英雄の目撃情報が届いてな。目撃者はその闇夜の英雄に似た人物がどこに向かったのかまではわからなかったそうなんだが。
Okay.
俺は暁ワイナリーの近くに容疑者がいると踏んでいるんだ。
Just a feeling, huh?
そうなのですか？そういえば、ガイア隊長は闇夜の英雄と同時に現れたことがありませんよね。それに、ガイア隊長はよく暁ワイナリーに現れます。闇夜の英雄と同じです。
Listen, maybe this is where Kaeya gets his knack for speaking in riddles. It's from Adelinde.
闇夜の英雄だとそう考えていいということでしょうか。
Dark Knight. Adelinde.
確かに一理あるな。まさか俺があの噂の闇夜の英雄だったとは。
申し訳ありませんが、ガイア隊長、本日は暁ワイナリーで火災対策の
How
安
much
全
you
点
want to
検が
bet
行われ
that
るんで
she
す。
said that just to make him laugh?
日を改めてお越しください。
おいおい、せめて夕食にぐらい誘ってくれ
He
てもいいん
wants
じゃ
to
ない
stay
か？
for dinner. Oh.
だが、確か今日は他にも書類仕事があったんだった。そうだな。ディルックにこう伝えてくれ。警戒地域の設定はもう済んだ。
He's passing along the information anyway. He's like keeping him in the loop. I can't. He doesn't have to do any of this. Like,
ガイア隊長の言っていることは相変わらず難しいですね。ただの
oh,
面倒である私とは
none of that means anything to me. Yeah, sure. The way they're having a secret conversation underneath the conversation, like the words they're actually saying.
ビジネスパートナーと商談するためお出かけになりました。今どこにいるのかは私にもわかりません。旦那様が帰ってきましたら、ガイア隊長の言葉をそのままお伝えいたします。ただ、
All of the meaning will be conveyed. She knows.
わかりませんが。
She
そう
knows.
か。昔から使ってきた暗号
They
が
had
わから
code
ないようじゃ。
words.
ガキの頃からの時間が全部
And
無
they,
駄
he
だったっ
called
て
him
こ
D
と
as a
になっちまうぜ。
nickname. I can't. This is too much for my heart. I can't do this. It's not even that intense. Like, it's not even probably supposed to be tear jerking, but I can't
最
handle
近ワイナ
this.
リーに何か新しい商品はないのか？
Oh,
せっかく来
he
たんだ
wants
か
to
らい
take
い
wine
酒を
home.
買って帰りたいんだが。
Look at his little smile.
ガイア隊長もご冗談を。こちらでは小売りしていないことを
Don't do
ご
retail.
存知ですよね。それでは本日はご訪問いただき誠にありがとうございました。
Oh, I would kill. I would kill to see Diluc and Kaeya interact. Like, just interact on screen. These letters were so heart-wrenching. I wonder if Diluc ever responded to them. Okay, we have to investigate it. We get to trial him again. Oh, I don't want to kill them fast. I want to keep my baby out as long as possible. Wait, we can use the brothers together for the first time. Oh wait, no, not Izo. I always have my DPS in the first slot, that's why. It's muscle memory. Oh, I can't wait till Diluc comes home and I can use both him and Kaeya together. I don't even care if it's not meta, like, I don't give a shit. The fire is a different color. It's like got black in it. Oh my gosh. Because I remember when I first used him, like in the Archon quest, they like you can trial him. His fire was like slightly lighter. I think it's because he's using his delusion, right? With this outfit, I mean, is what it's implying. Because I don't see a vision on him.
この異常な地脈の汚れも消えるだろう。
It was a lot of fun. It was fun for me to get to use both the Rug Bros together at the same time. But it went smoothly. Yes, teamwork.
正義の味方にも仲間が必要なんだと思うぞ。ディルックの旦那ばっかり走り回らせてちゃダメだ。仲間は多ければ多いほどいいんだし。
Yes.
仲間。
Yes, sidekicks, yes. Also friends in arms, brothers in arms, you could say too. You could say that too.
他の人と共に行動するのは久しぶりだったが、この感じ。
It's not so bad. It isn't. You have a brother who would probably be open to an apology and a healing relationship. Diluc, please. I have this like primal urge to help him heal. Him and Kaeya both. Like, I feel so deeply about it. I don't know why. Family stuff is so complicated. And you could tell that they both care so much about each other still. It breaks my heart, you know? It breaks my heart. Okay. Is that it? No. Okay, so I saw online that there's letters hidden around places, and I didn't want to miss them, so there's some in here. The Grand Master, acting... So this is Jean. Okay, dear Jean. These are Diluc's letters, so he did write back. Thank you for your concern. It is as you say. That incident should no longer weigh heavily on my mind. Punishing Arok for his oh my gosh, was the right thing to do. This is an important step indeed for the Knights. As for my own personal safety, you need not concern yourself. The Knights should focus their efforts where it counts by looking after those who need it most. He doesn't consider himself one of those people. May you also remain in good health. Oh, Diluc. Okay, this is the one to Varka. So it was Varka. I knew it. Dear Master Varka, you have my utmost thanks for your condolences and concern. My father would be pleased to have heard your compliments. Oh. Oh no. Okay, no, I'm not crying. I'm fine. I doubt that anything would have pleased him more than to have the acknowledgement of the Knight of Boreas. I am presently traveling, and by a stroke of fortune, your letter has indeed reached me safely. His trusty falcon. If nothing goes awry, I believe that I will not be joining the Knights. However, I will not forget my previous experiences. I will commit everything the Knights taught me to heart. May this find you in good health. Is that fucking Venti?
Hey.
On the roof?
How y'all doing?
Oh my god, because the because of the for the summer event that's still going on. Because he said he was gonna help Diona at the Cat's Tail. And he said he was gonna perform on the roof, and he's literally on the roof. Venti. No way. Oh, he's sneezing up on the roof.
やっぱり猫に近寄りすぎちゃいけない。屋上で待とう。
The roof. Who's gonna hear you up here? Oh my gosh. Okay, so there was some letters supposed to be up here. Okay, right here, I see it sparkling. There's something strange about this brick. Oh, a secret hiding place? It's a secret compartment with a box. Open the box. The objects in the box are all pretty old. One particular sheet of paper stands out. What are the objects? Tell me what's in it. Damn. Okay, stands out. A piece of it has been burned away, and the remaining parts show signs. I can't believe it was burned away. It's showing signs of having been rescued from that same flame? Wait, so... Okay, so either Diluc burned it, or maybe they were burning it by candlelight or something, and they stopped it from burning, whatever it is, the piece of paper. Okay, that's what I'm taking away from this. Every line on the sheet of paper has a matching one right under it. From the handwriting, it looks like a child wrote on this first before an adult stepped in, held their hand, and taught them how to do it a second time. The writings are as follows. Remember always that it was the Albrecht clan who did not have royal blood, who stepped in as regents when the strength of the one-eyed king, Ehrman, failed. Wait, that wasn't Crepus. That was the adult that helped him write this. Was his dad or maybe a guardian? Oh shit. They didn't have royal blood. Okay, so I guess the prince allegations were right and wrong at the same time. He didn't have royal blood, but they did step up as regents when the one-eyed king Ehrman failed. The one-eyed king? And Kaeya only has one eye from the eye patch, which I don't think is directly relevant, but it also is very weird. Oh my god, this is a huge fucking reveal. So he was a prince or a descendant of the regents, though he didn't originally have royal blood. Okay. This is a huge revelation. I think this is brand new information, unless I missed something in previous lore, but I'm pretty sure this is confirming speculation. Wait, so Kaeya knew all this. Kaeya has been aware. I'm assuming this is Kaeya's box, because he wouldn't have this just anywhere. He doesn't even keep it inside the Knight's building or at the winery. Sorry, I'm just like literally shook. So I'm just literally sat here with my mouth open. Though we could not restore Conria to life, we of the Albrecht clan should lead lives as those who blaze like fire rather than those who wallow in the embers. As those who blaze like fire, the Ragnabinders? Maybe it wasn't chance that Kaeya found his way into Krebs's household. If you flip the paper over, there are other words there. Okay. I saved this one memento from the fire father made while he wasn't paying attention. This was in violation of our principles. Okay, so he actually just saved it. Our clan's affairs should never be recorded. He snatched it. Even as a kid, he was quick-witted with fast fingers. Oh, shit. But he wanted to keep it. For me, this sheet of paper cannot serve as any form of identification and will not give me passage anywhere. Now that I look at it, his handwriting was as grieving as a smoking ash pile. Wow, he said I'll never be in the same headspace that he was in because of how I live in Mondstadt and the freedoms I have and the community I have. Moving the paper aside, you can see a cloth bag underneath it that contains an eye patch of significant age. A sticker is attached to the side. To think that all that play acting as a one-eyed pirate would eventually end with one actual wounded eye. Oh. I never blamed Diluc for that. I suppose I must have been asking for it, telling him the truth that day my adoptive father died without expecting conflict to emerge somehow. He never blamed Diluc. I don't think you were asking for it. I think you just panicked. And he just told the truth because he needed to tell someone. He just lost one of his, guardian figures. His adoptive father, he calls him. Okay. This is sad. He seems to believe that I really was blinded, though that's not the case. Well, I fooled him for a while, haven't I? Might as well keep going. He got him to believe he was actually blinded. The way he can talk about such harm to his person so lightly because it's his brother, he doesn't blame him for anything. I can't take this, dude. 2 letters lie beneath the bag, all of which have D as their sender. The letters are in great condition, and there is time written on the back. You can tell that the words have been written in a strong but elegant hand. Oh my god, Diluc wrote back. 2K! Message received. Thank you. Oh my god. Also, I suggest that you stop mentioning eyes in your letters. Don't think that I don't know your right eye wasn't blinded. Oh, I can't believe they called each other these cute little nicknames. And then he responded even when Kaeya was like, you don't have to respond. But he did. Even when after they didn't talk and he left, they still spoke. Or wrote letters, I should say. To me, that's like true family, right? You work through things that even if you hurt each other, you check in anyway. You want to make sure that they're okay, right? A small paper bag lies next to these letters. It contains nothing but a few seashells. He kept the seashells. For those of you who don't know, the seashells are from the event. They lost their luster. It is unclear how much time has passed since they were picked up. It might be best to store this box and restore everything to how it was originally. Okay, so the thing with the seashells is that for those of you who don't know, in the first Golden Apple Island event, Diluc and Kaeya went with the gang and they spoke about, it was in banter and they were like kind of, you know, digging at each other. Okay, hold on. Thanks for the letter. Cooperating with the knights has objective pros and cons like two sides of the coin. I'm sure you understand that better than I do. No need to worry about my safety. Self-preservation is easy. Striving towards my goal is hard. Take better care of yourself instead. A small paper bag lies to the letters. Okay, the seashells. Yeah, the seashells, they talk about how they picked up seashells together when they were boys. And Kaeya kept them. Okay, so there's some more letters over here. I'm still crying, by the way. Okay, dear Miss Alice, I must admit that when I read the opening lines of this letter, I was not expecting it to have been written by you. It seems that I may have indeed failed to notice you despite your presence nearby. My apologies for that. Oh, you're so polite. Regarding Klee, I have heard that you are an extremely powerful witch, so that I suspect that Klee would have been just fine, even sans my presence. So he knows about Alice. Even so, you sent me this letter, for which I am thankful. As you have said, traveling is my best option at present. I will go out and experience all that the world has to offer, just as you have suggested. My father's will shall find continuation through me. Wow. Klee is welcome to stay at the Dawn Winery as a guest during my absence. Adelinde will prepare sufficient snacks and grape juice for such occasions, and if you don't mind, you are also welcome to drop by. I hope that you and Klee stay in good health. Oh. It's fine. I'm just my heart's extra squishy right now after reading those letters that Diluc wrote back to Kaeya, so. Okay, there's one more over here. This is to Albedo. Interesting that Alice's letter is in Albedo's shop. I mean, that makes somewhat of sense, but thank you for the detailed explanation. Found it both enriching and easy to understand. It is rare and well-written document indeed. I have written the relevant information down in hopes that it will be put to good use in the future. Guarding against danger is a very important skill. I will continue to keep watching over the abyss and use force against them where necessary. Okay. All right, so a little business friend. Okay. I think that's it though. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Okay, so I've gathered myself a little bit. I have to admit that I cried a little more after I stopped recording initially because it just like hit me again. Like I was thinking about it and it just hit me again in a wave. And so, but now I'm at a point where I can think about it and discuss it without like breaking into tears. So here we go. So I don't know if I explained it that well, but I was kind of distracted and, you know, not really stringing together complete sentences. But the whole seashells thing, in case I hadn't made it clear, if you didn't watch or play the original first Golden Apple Islands event, Diluc and Kaeya, Albedo, Razor, all of them went to the islands with Klee, Jean, and Barbara. And during that event, there's some time where the boys, or I said the Rag Bros, are kind of like bantering with each other, kind of like low-key arguing a little bit. It's nothing like super, it wasn't violent or like actually aggressive. They were just kind of like elbowing. It was kind of like verbal elbowing. Like they were kind of just, you know, especially Kaeya, he was kind of like elbowing into Diluc a little bit. But they mentioned while they were on the beach, because they were like Diluc's fire was melting Kaeya's ice bridges over the water. So he wasn't doing it intentionally, I don't think. But they kind of got stranded, and they were like on a beach. And I think Kaeya mentioned like, oh, well, when we were little, we used to like stroll along these beaches and collect seashells. Don't you remember? Or something like that. He said something like that. And it was like an offhand comment. But the fact that there were seashells in the box, which means he kept the seashells they'd like scavenged together as kids. That's heartbreaking. The fact that they have little nicknames for each other, and that even after, like directly after the fight that they had, and when like Diluc attacked him, and Kaeya got his vision. I don't know how actually much you guys know, but I'm just gonna say it in case you don't. But the way Kaeya got his vision is that Diluc, when Kaeya told him about Kaeya's actual lineage, like, and we know now how Kaeya remembered all that is because he stole that little piece, and he's like, I'm from the Albrecht clan, and you know, Conria and stuff like that. When he told Diluc about it, because Diluc grew up not knowing that. I don't know if Crepus knew, honestly. That's a theory. There's theory crafting over there. That's a totally separate topic. But when Kaeya came clean about that, he told Diluc the night Crepus was murdered. The night Crepus died, he told Diluc this, which that's why Kaeya was like, I don't know if it was like a great idea to tell you this. Maybe I was asking for it. And I'll talk about my personal take on breaking down those emotions in a quick second. But he tells Diluc loses it. And I'll get into why I think he lost it in a second. And he attacks, he sends fire at Kaeya. I don't know if it was his Phoenix or just it was like one of his fire E attacks. I don't know. I mean, it's not funny, but I don't know what the attack entailed other than he used his vision and attacked Kaeya, and Kaeya got his vision in that moment. He shielded himself with ice to protect against Diluc's flames because Diluc had attacked him, and that's how Kaeya got his vision. So it's it's very heartbreaking, actually, because they grew up really close. I'm assuming most people know this, but they grew up really close. They did everything together. Kaeya was described as almost like Diluc's shadow, like wherever they were joined at the hip. Everybody knew how close they were. They were very like excitable kids. Diluc was like a prodigy child, and Kaeya just always was with him, and they did everything together. They went into the nights together. I don't know if Kaeya felt any envy. I don't think so. I mean, going off of what the evidence we have is like, we have no real proof whether he did or not. I don't personally think so, just because of the way he talks about Diluc or the way he writes in his letters. Like, it doesn't come across that there's like resentment. In fact, the opposite is what comes across. So I don't think he was ever envious. I think he was just happy to be living the life that he was, free of the burdens that he described his father. Because in the letters, in the box, he said, I'll never have that look in my eye. I'll never bear that weight that I saw that my father bore, because of who I am right now, how I grew up, the people I live with. I'll never bear that. Because I was raised in Mondstadt. I was raised the way I was outside of that pain, and I'll never know that kind of pain, despite coming from those people. But despite not being of the people of Mondstadt, I am a person of Mondstadt. Is kind of what I was getting. But anyway, I think that exchange between how he got his vision and the fact that all of that happened, and he was still using Diluc's nickname to communicate, and he was still on Diluc's side steadfastly, even though Diluc was in the wrong and had hurt him and harmed him. Because I mean, listen, I know I love Diluc. I also love Kaeya. I love them both. But I'm not going to excuse Diluc's violence against his brother, because that's not okay, right? No matter what you're going through, you shouldn't harm people you care about. And I do firmly believe that Diluc cares about Kaeya. I think it's pretty evident. Regardless if I know some people ship them, which I don't want to get into that. I don't personally see them that way. So, and this is my character logs. If you have your opinions though, you can put them down below. And I'm happy to chat about it, but I see them as familial. And I see them as brothers. I don't know. I know there's different stuff within different translations and stuff of the narrative, which is fine. But I see them as like a familial bond because that dynamic is most meaningful to me. And that's what is most interesting story-wise. But they were still using nicknames and they were asking after each other and on each other's side. And Diluc even said, he wrote back, he was a lot terser because again, like this was when he was in Snezhnaya, but even so, he was still writing back to Kaeya. Even though Kaeya said you don't have to respond, Diluc did. He did respond and he said, take care of yourself, like look after yourself, please. Prioritize yourself. And I think that means a lot, especially after what had happened. I would still like, I don't know if we're gonna get this. It's my copium, or hopium and hopium at the same time. That we would get some kind of an apology from Diluc, or if it's not like an outright verbal one or a written one, maybe a gesture that is an apology. You know, like, I want you in my life again. I want to be closer to you. I want us to be brothers again. It's something like that. I hope we see something like that in the future. Like, again, I know some people interpret the relationship differently, but I think we could still get some sort of, reconciliation between them or a step towards true reconciliation. And I think they weren't. I think what's so bittersweet about it is that they never actually genuinely hated each other. And I don't even think Diluc actually ever genuinely hated Kaeya. Even though he lashed out at him, I don't think he actually ever hated his brother. This is my like only Ragbro video where I have full license. I've given myself full permission to Ragbro rant. So suck it up. Here we go. My interpretation, okay, I have to say that as a disclaimer. My interpretation of how things broke down is when Crepus died in the manga, Kaeya notoriously says like something really crass where he's like, it comes across really cold and unfeeling. But we know that, I assume we know, if you know much about Kaeya's character and like his voice lines and his, personality, that his defense mechanism is often humor, or he uses like this like kind of blasé attitude to like act casual about things that maybe he actually does feel quite deeply about, but he's not very comfortable being vulnerable. Kaeya is almost never vulnerable, like openly or verbally. We certainly haven't ever seen him vulnerable. And even with Diluc, in the letters, there was obviously like a familiarity there, the intimacy that comes with knowing someone really well. And you could feel that in both of their letters, regardless of how you could still tell that things were kind of tense. At the end of the day, they still cared about each other, so they pushed themselves to communicate. There was that, familiarity, but he was still kind of like making jokes about his eye and like trying to like, that's just how he handles things. That's how he defends against things that probably hurt him or, bruise, his heart. Because one of the things that I think is most wildly misconstrued is that Kaeya is unfeeling or Diluc is unfeeling, or they don't give a shit, or Kaeya is secretly evil, which, okay, if you want to have that opinion, that's fine. But I don't personally see that at all. I really don't think Kaeya has it in him. I don't think Diluc has it in him either. Having said that, Kaeya said something very kind of crass about Crepus dying in Diluc's arms, and like I said, I think it was like a defense mechanism because that was his guardian figure, that was his adoptive father, as it said in the dialogue, and I think Kaeya had fondness for Crepus. I mean, he grew up so closely with Diluc. I can't imagine that he didn't. He also super close with all the staff, and Adelinde too. Probably helped raise those two boys. We don't know where the heck Diluc's mom was, so still don't know anything about that. But you know, Kaeya was an integral part of the Ragnavinder house growing up, so I can't imagine that he actually did feel nothing. Especially considering what he said in the letters. So he lost his guardian figure. He didn't know what he was, you know, he didn't know how to handle that kind of loss. Probably felt guilty. A lot of the times, people who have avoidant attachment styles or struggle to be vulnerable or have abandonment issues, which Kaeya definitely has abandonment issues. They tend to try to keep everybody at arm's length, and even if they fail to do that, they use defense mechanisms like humor or a kind of facade of indifference to mask how they truly feel, to protect themselves, because they don't want to get hurt anymore or lose anybody. And so he probably felt guilty about maybe trying to not feel bad about Crepus's death. Again, this is all my personal take. This is not something that's like in the dialogue in canon, but this is what I kind of interpret, you know, from what I understand of their characters. And he just kind of snapped and he told Diluc about who he was. I don't know. I think it's significant that Kaeya instantly, like literally the night of Crepus's death, he felt compelled to tell Diluc about who he really was. And I think he was probably feeling guilty. He was probably feeling some kind of panic. He'd lost one of the only support systems he'd had, and his last support pillar, his brother, the person who he probably thought would have his back, right? Who would accept anything. And probably in a different situation, Diluc probably would have taken this differently. If his father hadn't just died in his arms and he hadn't just been betrayed by the Knights of Favonius and like everything was crumbling around his head. And I mean, that leads me into like why I think Diluc acted out, is because literally just lost his dad, found out that Arok was trying to take credit. The Abyss was involved. His dad was using a delusion, which, okay, what? I mean, at this point, Diluc had no understanding of what the relevancy of that was. And the Drake, like fighting the Drake, like so many things had just happened. He'd lost faith in the Knights, which he had been so excited and so happy to be a part of, so young. So many things had just happened, and his dad had just died in his arms. So he's literally, everything he thought he knew is gone and or not what it appeared to be, at least to Diluc in that moment. And imagine the one person that has always been by his side, who he thought he knew intrinsically, that one person comes up to him and says, I'm actually Conrian, or actually we have no idea what Kaeya actually physically said. I'm assuming he said something about him being Conrian, being an Albric, and not actually being, I mean, I'm assuming Diluc knew, obviously, Kaeya's adopted. He didn't ever think that they were like blood related or anything. I think he probably just thought Kaeya was like an orphan from Mondstadt that his dad found. I mean, we don't know much about how Kaeya was really found or how Crepus really found him or whatever. That's still to be known, to be determined, I guess, by the plot. But I don't think Diluc ever thought that his brother was Conrian. And I think that it wasn't even the fact that it was Conrian, but that Conri is tied to the Abyss. I think it's just, he made those small little connections, and his dad had just literally died due to the dragon and like the Fatui and the Abyss, like everything all that had just happened. And to hear the last thing in his life that he thought he could trust, to have them say something like that to him in his lowest and most fragile moment, definitely wasn't just definitely a recipe for disaster. And again, I'm absolutely saying that I do not excuse Diluc violently, physically harming his brother. I wouldn't have approved of it if there was an emotional harm either, but like physically going after his brother in a moment of despair isn't okay. There's no there's no excuse for that. So I never excuse that. I hope you would, but I think that's what pushed him to react so violently, is because he'd lost everything. He couldn't trust anyone, or he felt like he couldn't. He felt like he had no more support. And the last family he had in his mind in that moment in time had betrayed him. And it was a personal betrayal. Obviously, Kaeya can't help where he's from. But again, like I said, I think Diluc might have taken this a lot differently if he hadn't just if his whole world hadn't fallen out from under his feet in the span of one night. So it was just an all-around bad. It was just all around really bad. And I think Kaeya's telling Diluc was his way of trying to, express loyalty, that he's Kaeya's never told anybody about the Conria stuff. I don't know. I don't think he would. I don't think he told Crepus. We have no idea, actually. So I can't confirm or deny that, but I don't believe he did. But of everybody, he chose to tell Diluc. He trusted Diluc with that information. Jean doesn't even know. Obviously, Venti does, but he hasn't told anyone else except Diluc in that moment. And I think that for Kaeya, from what I understand of his personality, that was an expression of loyalty, of trust, of love. So I think they just misunderstood each other. I think they were both in their own heads, in their own grief, and didn't communicate well. And in that moment, it just kind of all exploded, and it did not go well. But it's so clear that even after that, Kaeya never blamed him. Diluc still communicated with Kaeya. He didn't ignore him. He wrote back even after the disaster, even after they never spoke verbally after that night, and after he left, he still responded to all of Kaeya's letters, and kept them and reread them. The fact that those letters are even out, Paimon says Diluc must have unearthed these recently too, and has been reading through these too, which means Diluc, like he displays Kaeya's vase in the winery, that the vase Kaeya gifted him in the manga, in case you don't know. And I don't know, I think that says a lot. Diluc and Kaeya both, I think, although they express this slightly differently, but they both are very private people. They both don't like help. They both are very independent, and they both like to do things their way. And they also both fight for the city of Mondstadt. They both want to protect people. Obviously, they go about it in vastly different ways. Kaeya is a lot craftier than Diluc in terms of espionage and subtlety. But, they still go about doing they still want to protect Mondstadt, which is what they wanted to do as boys. And it's obviously things didn't work out the way they thought it would, but I think there's something so bittersweet that they really don't hate each other. Even after everything, they still really care, and they struggle to express themselves in general. So I think with the gestures that we saw, actions speak louder than words, right? Especially with these two. And I think I think it just was really profound to see them express they just had these gestures, and I think they expressed that they loved each other, that they cared for each other. And again, that love to me is familial, because that dynamic carries more weight to me. Narratively, I think there's more drama and weight to reconciling, family. That's something I personally like to see in stories. So I'm interpreting, their words that way, especially since Kaeya says stuff like adoptive father. He considers Crepus a father. People within Mondstadt, like Adelinde, called them brothers. So I don't know. I think it's more meaningful that I see them that way. But again, if you see them another way, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you, of course. Everyone's free to believe or interpret how you would like. But I just, this is why I love them so much, is because I so desperately want to see them reconcile. There's something so cathartic about seeing a estranged family that still care, so obviously still care about each other, but they're struggling to find their way back. Mostly because I think they probably just don't want to hurt each other again. Or I know Diluc probably keeps his distance nowadays because he doesn't want to. I personally think he has a lot of guilt over how he treated Kaeya. That's what I think. Obviously, there's no like textbook in the dialogue canon that Diluc feels guilt over Kaeya or over hurting Kaeya. Obviously, that's not said anywhere, but I think just based off of his actions and how he keeps things that Kaeya sends him, that he still values their relationship and he wishes that, you know, to keep Kaeya in his life and vice versa. Kaeya, he stayed at the winery when Diluc had gone, and he visits often, and he also keeps him up to date with all the night stuff. Like, he probably isn't allowed to be telling Diluc all of this, like certain information and stuff, but he does. He keeps Diluc in the loop. He knows he's the Dark Knight hero. He knows Diluc still wants to protect Mondstadt, and that his brother is still who he was at heart when he was a boy. And I think that that's why he still reaches out. Like I said, they're not overly affectionate verbally when they talk about each other. In fact, when we have seen them interact on screen, it's been banter, and them kind of like arguing, but nothing's ever been like, I've never gotten any real malice from either of them when they were arguing. So, you know, I hope we see someday in the future, we see these two brothers come together and bridge their relationship. I hope they can come together and try to fix their relationship as brothers, or as if you don't interpret them as familial, then at least come together to, you know, sew back their bonds, because regardless of what you interpret them to be, you can at least say that they care about each other. I think that this event made that very clear. And I think, you know, a lot of people who say that Kaeya is like secretly evil, or Diluc is secretly evil, or, you know, they both they hate each other, or, you know, Diluc's like violent and heartless and Kaeya is like, you know, super mean and unfeeling. I think just don't understand their characters that well. Or they don't make the effort to like take one peep into how they treat other NPCs or other characters, and like character stories, and their personal voice lines and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think this event was a great look into the aftermath of the fateful night of Crepus's death and Kaeya and Diluc splitting. The emotional fallout from that is still being felt to this day, but in not the way that I thought it was. I didn't realize that they'd written letters. Like, the letters really got to me. I think they just meant a lot, and I saw it as proof that they have always cared about each other, even right after the event. You know, very fresh, when that pain was still fresh. I think they still really care about each other, and that's really touching. It's heartwarming, you know. And it makes me feel good. Well, it makes me sad, but it's like I said, it's like a bittersweet kind of happiness. It's something that I feel like, you know, some of us are really lucky to have great families where there's no, you know, real harm or abuse or unhealthy relationships. You're not privy to that. You have a good family, and, you know, you're blessed. But some of us aren't so lucky, and we have to go through some, you know, trials and tribulations with the people who are supposed to unconditionally love us, right? And so I think why this means so much to me, and why the Rag Bros means so much to me, aside from, oh yes, they're both hot anime men, sure, but like why I get so emotional about these two is because it's so personal to me. The reconciliation between, you know, the last of your family, or any perceived harm or distance but you still really care and you want to connect tie those strings back together, one thread at a time. I don't know. I think there's something so cathartic about that, and that's relatable to a lot of people. They mean a lot to me. I hope we get to see more of them in the future. Maybe another Mondstadt event, crossing my fingers. Diluc doesn't show up a lot in in recent events because we're kind of moving on into a new nation, so I doubt he's going to show up. I doubt Kaeya is going to show up. I don't know if we're going to see a lot of Mondstadt people in Sumeru, but I have hope that in a future Mondstadt event, maybe we'll see more from the Rag Bros and we can follow them on their healing, their healing journey back to being closer, and for me, back to being brothers, because that would be so beautiful, especially since there's lots of unfortunately worrisome markers in the narrative that point to them possibly having a tragic end, maybe once we get to Conria or defending Mondstadt against the final attack. I hope they don't die. I don't think they die fighting each other. I think they might die back to back, surrounded by enemies, going down to fight for Mondstadt. Would that make a great story? Sure, but I would cry and never want to leave my bed, so if I lost the two of them. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But that's all I have to say. I know this was like a ramble rant and like not really that it's kind of scattered. I mean, my character logs are kind of like that in general, but I hope you enjoyed listening to my thoughts. And if, like I said, if you have your thoughts about the Rag Bros, then please share them. I know a lot of people feel a certain type of way about them, or love them the way I love them, and I'd love to hear why. Or if you don't like them or you don't vibe with their dynamic, regardless of how you interpret it, then also feel free to say why you don't vibe with them. That's totally fine too. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you did, as always, I very much appreciate you spending your time with me. We did it, folks. We did it. This is future Nikki talking, just in case you don't know. The outro is usually future Nikki, unless specified otherwise. But we're heading into Sumeru. Next video, buckle up. Buckle up. Buckle up. We're in Sumeru. What I am going to do though, is I'm going to shove the Winter Nights Lazo trailer that was dropped like right before Sumeru came out. I think it was like right before Sumeru, if my memory serves. I'm going to shove my pre-recorded thoughts, because I watched the trailer with a friend, so I didn't record my like live first impression reaction to the trailer, but I did pre-record record at the time my thoughts on the trailer before going into Sumeru. And instead of having that be like, it's literally like only like 10 minutes of me chatting about my thoughts or like my theories on like what relevance what we saw will have to do with Sumeru. So I'm just gonna chuck that and just slap it on in the first beginning part of the first Sumeru video. So we don't have to wait for a whole separate video. I can just bloop, pop that right at the beginning, and then we can go right into Sumeru. And like I said in previous videos, or my recent videos, that I'm gonna be doing like 45 minute, maybe an hour, but I'm gonna try and keep it like at the 45 minute mark in terms of length for my episodes in Sumeru. Obviously I can't fit entire quests into 45 minutes or an hour. So the character logs, normally I record a character log after either a recording session. If it's been a long session and I still haven't finished the quest, I'll give like my mid-quest thoughts. That's pretty rare. Normally I wait till after the quest, or if it's been more like exploring and stuff after a recording session, I might, if I have some thoughts on the, on the exploration or like the new parts of Sumeru, then I'll record, I have some like thoughts that I recorded after certain recording sessions. But in terms of like quests, and I'll let you know in the video too, sometimes you might not have the character log at the end of every video if I'm like purposefully doing an Archon quest and I've chopped it up into multiple videos. And I'll let you guys know at the beginning of those, of that quest video, if like, hey, you're not going to see the character log for this quest until part 2 or something like that. So just to let you know. I had a question about that, and so I just wanted to make sure you guys all knew, because I know you guys enjoy the character logs. So if you don't see one at the end of a video, it's because they're pre-recorded, and if I'm chopping up a quest, I'm not gonna like chop up the character log too. That doesn't make any sense. So I appreciate you guys and your support. Down below is Discord, all the links, you know the drill with that. So if you want to come and hang out or lurk or whatever, feel free. But yes, we're going into Subaru next. I'm so excited. If I don't see you guys live on Twitch, then I will see you in the next one.